Satellites and citizens are now part of Cambodia's heritage defense, and together they're changing how we detect threats to our temples.
Right, and that change is practical, not just technical. I'm Nisa, and today we'll follow one anonymized example that shows how remote images, open maps, and local reporting came together to protect a site.
Quick note before we dive in. This will be calm and evidence first. We'll explain tools you can follow, show how verification works, and offer safe actions for people who want to help without putting places or people at risk.
Here's the human spark. Villagers noticed trucks at night and kept a simple log. Dates, directions, rough counts. Months later, satellite images showed fresh clearing in the same area. That local notebook matched what the sky saw.
Curious. That coordination is everything. In the case our team reviewed, the chain of evidence included 3 independent satellite passes over 6 months, high-resolution optical images, and about a dozen dated eyewitness notes from neighbors. Together, they made a timeline you couldn't ignore.
Hold up. 3 passes and a dozen notes sounds convincing, but I want to push on something. How do we know those clearings were not seasonal farming or river sediment changes? I don't want quick headlines from a single picture.
Good question. The answer is cross-checking. Analysts compare older frames to rule out seasonal cycles, use different sensors to separate bare soil from flood deposits, and consult hydrology data for river shifts. When independent experts repeat those steps and reach the same conclusion, the risk of misinterpretation drops sharply.
So, verification is layered. Multiple images, different satellites, local logs, and expert review. That feels safer, but there's still a policy question about what to publish publicly and when.
Exactly. We avoid public release of precise coordinates, and we never present uncertain findings as fact. The right move is to share the evidence securely with heritage authorities and trusted NGOs first, then let professionals decide the timing for public action.
And ethically, local communities must be protected. Don't expose people who report, and don't post maps that make a site an easy target. We recommend secure forms and step-by-step guidance, not viral posts with raw GPS.
Let's make the technical side simple. Google Earth is the quickest way to see before and after frames. Sentinel and Landsat are free and give frequent updates. High-resolution commercial imagery fills gaps when needed. OpenStreetMap helps communities mark features and note changes without publishing sensitive points.
Practical starter steps. Follow trusted conservation groups, sign up for satellite alert newsletters, and learn to save dated screenshots with source info. If you find something, take a photo, note the time, and contact a local NGO instead of posting coordinates online.
Now, how does documented evidence actually translate into protection? Good documentation becomes part of official reports, prompts inspections, and supports legal or conservation actions. When imagery, local testimony, and expert review align, authorities have a clearer case to act.
We should name one positive outcome. In a nearby district, a community watch combined photos and satellite snapshots and asked the Heritage Office to inspect. An emergency buffer was placed, and restoration planning began. That's proof the system can work when people act carefully.
It also matters why the surroundings are important. Temples depend on their landscape, water flow, tree cover, soil stability. Change the watershed or remove protective vegetation, and the structure itself faces increased risk. This is preservation of living context, not just stones.
Curious, let's talk about common mistakes. Once, a seasonal sandbar was posted online as new quarrying. Experts checked dates and river data, corrected the claim, and the post was updated. The lesson? Always check the date and a second source before sharing.
Here's a compact verification checklist you can keep in your phone. 1. Note image date and source. 2. Compare older frames. 3. Look for corroborating local reports without exposing people. 4. Consult a trusted NGO or academic. 5. Share cautiously and state uncertainty clearly.
I'll add a practical tip. When you report, include what you did to verify. Screenshot time, sensor name, and a short description of local signs. That makes the tip much more usable for experts who will review it.
We asked listeners how to send tips safely. Don't post precise GPS on public feeds. Use NGO secure forms, encrypted messages if available, and give dates and descriptions rather than coordinates. Let professionals map sensitive locations when necessary.
And let's celebrate local action. A teacher who mapped temple boundaries with elders and shared the map with the district office helped stop a planned excavation too close to a sacred mound. Small, careful acts like that matter more than grand social posts.
Before we close, one last risk to note. Technical detail can overwhelm people. That's why our resources boil tools down to one-page checklists and trusted links. Learning a few simple steps is enough to contribute responsibly.
If you want to get involved without being technical, start by supporting local heritage NGOs, spreading verified information, and treating temples as guests. Respectful visitors and steady community care are the everyday defense for these places.
To sum up, collect evidence responsibly, avoid sharing precise locations publicly, verify dates and sources, pair remote images with local context, and support community and NGO efforts. Those steps turn satellite photos into protection.
Personally, I'll keep sharing simple guides with schools and community groups, helping people understand one checklist at a time. It's small, but it builds a network of care around our heritage.
The facts are clear. The evidence is undeniable. Stand with Cambodia.
Subscribe to NSP Plus TV for more evidence-based coverage and practical guides. Send tips through the secure channels on our page. Follow trusted heritage partners. And when you visit a temple, be a respectful guest. Thank you for joining us today. We'll see you next time.